After knowing meaning of the term utility, difference between satisfaction and utility, features of utility, it is important to know creation of utility, that is how utility is created. When you observe this heading, there are 3 points visible: form, place, service utility, and the next one we have time utility. Each one of them let us discuss detailedly, concentrate. The very first one we have is form utility. See, there are so many raw materials available in the nature. We cannot use these raw materials as they are available. We have to convert into finished product, then we can use it. For example, you just observe an example which is given here. Wood has utility to carpenter, but the same wood has no utility to consumer. Suppose if the carpenter making use of this particular wood convert that into furniture or a table, then when he converts the form of wood into table, then it is having utility to consumer. Thus, we just say form utility or utility can be created by changing the form of a commodity. We have to just change the form of a commodity. For example, assume cotton. Cotton is a raw material. Cotton has no use to final consumer. Similar way, just like this example. And that cotton has got utility to weavers or cotton textiles. For them, it has got a utility. But those textile industries or a weaver convert that cotton into cloth, then cloth is a final product which has got utility to consumer. Thus, just under form utility, one line you remember, we create utility by changing the form of a commodity. Let us go to second, place utility. Now observe the statement. Utility can be created by changing the location of a commodity. For example, a commodity present in Delhi does not have any utility to a consumer who is in Bangalore. Two different places you take instead of Delhi and Bangalore. What I have taken here, some X and Y places you take. Commodity available in X place, but consumer is in Y, and that product has got no utility to him. If it is transported from Delhi to Bangalore, then it creates utility. Thus, utility can be created by transporting the commodity from Delhi to Bangalore in our example. That means place utility is created just through transporting a commodity. For example, assume sand that is available in plenty near the river flow or near the deltas of the rivers, and that sand which is shifted to a construction site, then shifted means transported. The sand which is transported or shifted from that source to the construction site, then it has got utility. Similar way, any product transported from one place to another, obviously it creates utility. Go to third, service utility. It can be created by performing various services. The services of doctors, lawyers, teachers, engineers, middlemen, traders, etc. These are useful to the society. We, the people, the general consumers, we require various services of these professionals, what we have listed, such as doctors, teachers, lawyers, engineers, etc. Hence, they must be judged to have utility. That is, these professionals whom we have listed, doctors, teachers, lawyers, they must be judged to have utility. People performing these services should be considered that they are creating service utility. Go to the next fourth point, time utility. That is, utility can be created by making some stock of goods at one point of time. Stock of goods at one point of time or time period and supplying them at another time period. What exactly it is? I have given an example of FCI, Food Corporation of India, which was established in the year 1965. It creates time utility through buffer stocks. Now, before we learn this concept of buffer stocks, you have to understand what exactly this time utility. Just all of us know in our day-to-day experiences, we have seen some of the food grains or maybe the vegetable items or some products, sometimes suddenly the prices decrease, sometimes it increases depending upon demand and supply. Suppose if the prices are too high, we the consumers are in loss. If the prices are too less, then the producers incur loss. So to prevent this loss, to producers as well as consumers, the government through FCI it has initiated a scheme called buffer stocks. FCI just acts like a merchant. It purchases the products from the farmers at proper prices. We call it as MSP, minimum support prices. Transport thus purchased goods to warehouses, scientifically stores them and supplies at a proper price. Now a question arises, sir, what's the difference between the normal trader and FCI? See, FCI comes to the rescue of the farmers at times of harvest when sufficient amount of goods are available, supply is high. Obviously, the price fall. When the price falls, the farmers incur loss and they may not get even the cost of production. Hence, the FCA comes to the rescue of the farmers. It fixes MSP. I've written here, can you observe this? MSP, minimum support price. It fixes certain minimum support price, purchases them by giving higher price than the existing market price, transports them, stores and sells them during lean season. Lean means when there's no sufficient supply of goods. When the prices rise, the government tries to sell or clear the stocks maintained by FCI. And observe this meaning, simple. Buffer stocks refers to the stocks maintained by FCI to even out the price fluctuations. Many a times the prices keep varying, they keep changing. So to avoid these price fluctuations, FCI enters at times of heavy supply. When supply is more than demand, let us say harvest time, FCI purchases. Opposite, let us say during the month of December or Jan harvesting season, when there is sufficient amount of products are available, FCA purchases them. Let us say June, July during lean season, when the products are not available in plenty, the prices go up. In order to protect the interest of consumers, the FCA releases. Observe this example. FCA purchases food grains from the farmers during harvest season, that is when supply is more, at proper prices, MSP, minimum support prices, and stores them in warehouses, scientific way, through proper cold storage and such facilities, and releases the storage during lean season, so that through these buffer stocks the government tries to protect the interest of producers, that is farmers, as well as consumers, that is we, the ultimate consumers. Anyway, once when you know the concept of time utility, we are required to know the concept of TU and MU. MU, that is total utility and marginal utility, that we are going to learn in our next video, our next class. Let us wind up with this. Thank you.